Jimmy did it!
Hey there, Jets Nation. Welcome back to One Jets Pod. Whether you're tuning into our video content or joining us on our audio-only platforms, we've got you covered. If you're enjoying what you hear or see, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't just gently tap, but smash that bell icon to stay notified whenever we drop new content. Also, we love comments and 5-star ratings. Thanks again, Jets fans. Now together, let's fuel the green and white passion. Let's go, Jets.
Welcome to Jet Life Stadium. Hit it! What's going on, Jet Nation? This is Randy with the One Jets Pod, and we're back on here again here on the show, and I'm joined by Dominic and Brandon. Brandon, my friend, how are you?
What's going on, brothers? I'm excited to get talking about this past weekend in football, so let's get rolling. Good to have you back, Big Dome.
Oh, absolutely.
Good to
Dominic,
be back.
my friend, how are you?
I'm doing good. Missed you guys last week. I know I was a part of it in a different capacity than usual, but can't complain. Always good to be here with you guys, and it feels kind of sad in a way that this is the last regular season podcast that we prep for since it's week 18 upcoming.
Well, technically, we still got the Patriots game to talk about.
Well, so, yeah, of course. We got to talk about that. But
we'll be talking about a little postseason here in just a bit. But no, speaking of you in your capacity last playoffs. No, Dominic, since you're live with us this week, we just want to say thank you for that wonderful clip you sent last week about the tanking. Dude, I mean, I've told you privately, publicly, that I respect a lot of things that you say. I know your background and your history and what you do, so I respect a lot. That's why you're here.
Yeah, thank you.
And so what you said last week, dude, is pretty much everything I felt that my dumb ass probably couldn't have fucking said. It's straight up, dude.
I try, it's nature. It's just how things work, and it's just the flow of words that come out. It's, I feel we all should somewhat have that mentality. And like I said in the clip, I know some organizations don't have a direction and other organizations do. And I know it feels like the Jets don't have an identity because their season with Aaron Rodgers didn't go according to plan clearly. But the framework, even if it's a little muddled, is still there in some way, shape, or form. So that's why I'm on the fence of, don't just lose it because your quarterback went down first game of the season. Take a deep breath. And, I hate to, again, me, I hate playing the moral victory card. But the moral victory is we've gotten to this final week of the regular season, and there's still things that the Jets are positive at that are still in a good direction, even all the way back from week 1. So that's good.
All right. So speaking of good directions, how about Mr. Champagne Problems himself? 13-3 for the week, 162 wins, 94 losses. I mean, he keeps this up. He might not even reach 100 losses.
Man,
I mean,
yeah. I'm digging the graphic, man. The cashmere winter look. Put me on the cover of GQ. Let's go.
Oh man, I figured that's what you were rocking on New Year's Eve. So and, I had to throw a champagne bottle in your hand this time. I mean, I don't see how you could be a part of this show going forward and you never ever not have a champagne bottle in your hand.
Hey, this is the first year we're doing it, so I guess next year you're asking me to double or nothing. I guess I'll do it.
So real quick, I just want to look at these games real quick. Like, there's really not much to say as far as what you guys did. I mean, you guys had a fabulous week. I mean, it's a 2-horse race here. I mean, Brandon's still in this thing, obviously, and we're gonna get to the main screen here in just a bit. But like I said, I want to look at these games. As you see on my side, man, obvious tank. Hey, I got the Cardinals, though.
Yeah, you did. That was your mindset.
I got the Cardinals. I also got the Saints.
You did. I feel bad. That Detroit game, I feel bad. That was
I'm surprised. I'm surprised. I'm trying to figure out how the Steelers won that game.
Well,
Hey,
I don't know how they won that game.
they always find a way to win.
Seahawks are just weird, man. Just
You
a
say
weird
it the
team.
best, Brandon. Pittsburgh just finds a way to win. We don't know how. We don't know how
They
to.
win in spite of their quarterbacks.
Yeah.
they heard Brandon say, hey, they're not doing as good lately, and he said, hey, you know what? Hey, we're gonna get back to our winning ways, just despite Brandon.
Just despite.
But hey, did you guys not notice that I real quick again this week switched my pick from the Cowboys to the Lions and paid for it?
Yeah.
I probably should stop doing that.
You probably should. You probably should.
If we were like in a 3-way tie for first, I'd be like, yeah, you should continue that maybe just a little bit.
Hey, you know what? I'm just doing whatever at this time of the year. Like I said, it's a 2-horse race. I got nothing. Like I said, my name says it all. I'm the Bronze Bomber. Again, Dominic continuing his first place dominance. 162 wins, 94 losses, going 13-3. Excuse me, 13-3 this week. Brandon, again, still in second place, but he is still very much in this. He could easily just snatch this thing from Dominic in the final week. How about that, folks?
Yeah.
That would be something right there.
Yeah, I doubt it, but we'll see. It's been a nice race, man. But these last
It has been.
have hit me pretty hard. Some of these picks.
Yeah.
But it's week 18. Anything can happen. Teams are going to bench players. Upsets can happen. This is the 1 week out of the entire NFL season that I don't look forward to making picks.
Yeah, and I definitely will be taking account.
It's
Well, I don't
awful.
really care. I hope you guys are taking those into account, but I really don't care. I'm gonna be picking these things like everybody's healthy. I'll probably pick the Jets like Aaron Rodgers playing. Again, Brandon, 158 wins, 98 losses, and there I am, 140 wins and 115 losses. I mean, I am just straight up pathetic.
Hey, you are going to end the year no matter what above 500.
Better than the Angels and the Jets.
Above 500, you
Yep.
Well, not until next year. At least next year there'll be a 4th place, so I got to watch out.
Yeah,
Eric will be involved in this next year.
I know.
But I'm putting on a revenge tour, so you guys better watch out for me.
You're going to be like Aaron Rodgers. Have that revenge tour in mind.
That's all I'm saying. So before we get into the Jets game real quick, we got to keep plugging this until it airs.
Ladies and gentlemen, this off-season, get ready to witness history in the making as we gear up for the upcoming first annual One Jets Pod Champagne Magic Awards. Come join Randy, Brandon, Dom, and Eric as they take the stage to honor the remarkable individuals or unremarkable individuals who have propelled the New York Jets to new heights or have given us fans great heartburn. From the electrifying plays on the field to all of the nonsense off of it, these awards will celebrate the true essence of your Jets fandom. So get ready, because this offseason, we're raising our glasses to the gift that keeps on giving. The New York Jets. See you this offseason. Go Jets!
All right, so we got a week left, or 1 game left, and I pretty much got all these things hammered out, guys. So, I mean, I can't wait for this. I think I was telling you guys in the chat, I'm looking at a possibly late February, early March, right before free agency and the draft hit, because, we'll probably have our hands full with all that nonsense. So, a little fun before all the craziness starts. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I really like to aim for late February, and that's kind of probably what we'll end up doing. So, yeah, there's that. So let's get into – what's that?
I said we can make it happen. It's going to be a good show.
Oh, it's going to be freaking great. I can't wait. So, let's get into talking about this loss. What else is new, guys, huh? Right? So, bringing up this graphic. The Jets lose to the Browns 37-20. Going to go ahead and leave these graphics up there. Not much of a positive. I mean, we scored 20 points. Garrett Wilson goes over 1,000 yards, so there's that, which he also got our player of the game. I mean, granted, you look at his numbers, and there's not much there. I mean, 50 yards for a guy like that ain't nothing. I mean, of course, that comes down to quarterback play. But nonetheless, I give him the player of the game because, 1,000 yards. That's one big feat. So, I got to ask. We'll start with Brandon. And I'm sure there's not a lot to talk about. How do you feel?
Well,
All right.
There's a lot to take away from this game. Even though I was expecting a loss in this one. If you look at the two highly touted defenses in the league, or I should probably say some of the highly touted defenses in the league, the Jets are there, right? The Jets are often mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
The Browns are often mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
But when I looked at the game, I could not tell that the Jets were ever considered to be a great defense.
Yeah, definitely one of their worst games.
Definitely one of their worst games. Missed tap. It's like they mailed it in.
Yep.
It seemed as if they mailed it in. They were already on vacation. And, they had an opportunity to really make Flacco, because Flacco will turn the ball over.
Mm-hmm.
But we made him look like the second coming of Joe Montana, the way he played in that game, the way he was tossing that ball. And that's just unacceptable. And I've been giving, Salah a break in some instances, but I can't give him a break on that. You're supposed to continue to play. Continue to play. You had an opportunity. And then on top of that, the offensive line was garbage, as per usual. I don't know if I've ever seen the offensive line this bad since I've been a Jets fan. Mekhi Becton. Did you see? They showed a graphic. Did you see how Myles Garrett had Mekhi Becton shook so much that he was causing false starts?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like, he was so shook with Myles Garrett that he's flinching before, Myles Garrett even runs.
There was something I was like, wow, I'm glad we didn't get that called on us. Holy crap.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't want to see him in the Jets uniform again. Like he can go. But it was, a revenge game for Flacco and for Elijah Moore. Of course, he gets a touchdown. Where were our linebackers for the tight end? David Njoku, 134 yards on 6 carries, on 6 receptions.
Jets can't cover a tight end? Ha! Shocker.
But we've been doing okay. That's the problem. We've been doing okay with covering linebackers. Quincy Williams and Mosley been doing okay handling that. But again, it just seems as if they mailed it in. And I'm not expecting much from this New England game. Watch me win this game because the draft pick will send us to 12th. Not that I'm trying to root for draft picks, but it's just the Jet way. When we're in prime position for a nice pick, we win and we get moved out of it. So that's basically my recap. I wish it was a better one, but that's what I got.
Oh, you feel how you feel, brother. I feel you.
Man, no, it was, first and foremost, I'm going to give Randy you some props to putting together that entire live stream for that Thursday night game.
It was fun.
I know that was fun. I know I had a great time. I know Brandon was on in the second half, and Eric did a great job, and I know Todd came in and everybody else. That was fun. So I'm glad we put that together, and we had some highs and we had some lows moments throughout the broadcast, but that was fun. I would say that was the epitome of Thursday night football last week. But with the actual play on the field, the first 2 possessions, the first for the Browns and the first for the Jets, you thought this could be a shootout.
Absolutely.
Both teams got down the field, and that was the lone possession of the game where I thought the Jets' offensive line was at least palatable. Breece Hall got some nice runs. They weren't flinching. Trevor Siemian was somewhat safe in the pocket. So, okay, you think, okay, let's build on this. Let's see what we can do. But then the muffed kickoff that allows the Browns to get a field goal, and then the tide changes. And then you get a little brief exhale when the Jets figure out a Joe Flacco pick six. But after that, it was just to the track wall and gone. And as you see on the stat sheet right now, 309 yards for Joe Flacco on just 19 completions. And Njoku, out of those 134 yards, I think like 120 some odd of those 134 was in the first quarter and a little bit of the second before he fumbled the ball. So he dominated that first half. Yeah. And, you know, it again, when a team, and I said this multiple times on the broadcast, a 10-win team against a 6-win team, what happened at the end of the day is what should have happened. The Browns dominate a 6-win Jets team. So nothing is surprising and shocking. And I said, and this point I also said on the broadcast, and Brandon brought it up already about, you know, Robert Saleh. He looks dead in the water, emotionless. And I know a camera's not put on him 24/7, and we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but he looks emotionless on the field. When they're doing great, he's just kind of like, whoa. When something bad happens, oh. There's not much swaying his personality right now, and it's been like that for, I would say, at least the last 10-plus games.
And this was a guy who was touting about needing a pull-me-back guy.
Yeah. So,
like, what happened to that? What happened to that guy?
He looks like a beat dog. I mean,
he does. It feels like New York's getting to him.
The Jets have lost in almost every way possible this season.
Absolutely.
And it's the weirdest thing. You know, we've beaten ourselves. We've lost on bad penalty calls. Yep. We've lost. We've gotten blown out.
Yeah.
You know, we've 4 quarterbacks. But here's and I'm sorry, Dom, if you weren't done. My bad, bro.
No. You're making my point in a way.
One thing I wanted to say really quickly that I failed to mention. Here is the biggest indictment on Robert Saleh. And I think we talked about this already on Thursday, is that Cleveland went through the same or similar thing for different quarterbacks.
Yep.
Yet they've won 11 games. The defense continued to play. Offensive line, they did what they needed to do to make sure the offensive line can play at least at an average level to keep them in the game. That is the biggest indictment on Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas, because he gets some of this blame too.
Yeah, this was not the year to not show up, because we've talked about this ad nauseum. The amount of backup quarterbacks that are running this NFL this season. The Jets are a part of that. And if you look at other teams with backup quarterbacks, Colts are potentially playoff bound and potentially division winners. You have Cleveland, who not a division winner, but clearly going to the playoffs and a threat in this playoffs. You look at other teams throughout that are using backup quarterbacks to be in or still competing going into Week 18. Why couldn't the Jets? And the Browns, to that credit, they also haven't had Nick Chubb since Week 2. So they were down a quarterback, a running back, and a couple of sprinkled receiver defensive injuries week to week here and there. But that just tells you where the depth of the team is. And the Jets' defense is at a good spot, but the depth is, really, really low. And I think that's where something that the Jets are going to have to establish come March when the new season rolls around. In the draft, not only get these big pieces like fix the offensive line and a couple other places, but addressing the depth of this organization. Because you saw what happened this year. If you go through this again, you better for sure have learned from this moment. Because if you didn't, pack your bags and get out of here.
Yeah.
Because you can't do that again. You can't do that twice.
And Randy and I, we debate on this, but we both can agree that the front office failed us. They failed the Jet fans, whether it's Woody Johnson or Joe Douglas. The front office failed Jet fans this season. It's almost as if once Rodgers went down, they mailed it in. It was like, all right, well, let's try again next year.
And almost too, they looked scared to make a move too. They were scared because I don't know if it was. We don't know what the future is with Aaron Rodgers of his health, so we don't want to plan too much for the future or not enough for the future. It just, for lack of a better terms, caught between a rock and a hard place. But that hard place, I feel, is much worse than the Rock.
You make a move.
Yeah.
You make a move. Whether you just you waste this defense, and I would make it. If you look at and you're wasting the talent. Excuse me, you're wasting the talent of Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall. I mean, for Garrett to still put up 1,000 yards is beyond me.
Yep,
it's crazy, dude.
With 4 below average quarterbacks or 3 below average quarterbacks.
And without catching a single pass from Aaron Rodgers because he went down so late.
Exactly.
So that's an incredible feat. And Breece Hall, I don't know if he's going to get to 1,000, but I know he's got 1,000 all-purpose yards receiving.
1,300. I think he has 1,300 all-purpose yards.
He's still getting to that.
If he gets 100, if he gets 180 more yards, he will be the second running back for the Jets to ever put up 1,500 yards all-purpose. Since Thomas Jones.
But with below quarterbacks to still hit that mark
when they're stacking the boxes and shit.
But you see my point, Dom. It's a waste. These guys could have done much more if you would have just put a little bit more. Showed the team that we're not quitting this season.
I'm still on the bandwagon since when we did the trade deadline podcast, and I said if the Jets had just gone after a better quarterback like a Carson Wentz, I'm still going to be on that. The Carson Wentz train. You could have easily been in play at the trade deadline for an extra O-line piece or extra wide receiving core, and you could have got rid of Lazard and Cobb and stuff like that. And who knows? Jets are at 6 wins. They could have 7 to end the year. And I know the perpetual conversation was, how would you feel without Rodgers winning between 6 and 8 games? Well, we're in that sandwich right now. Again, the Jets have lost in so many different ways. At least 3 of those games could have flipped. You could be at 9 wins right now, and you would be right where the Colts, Texans, Bills, and all those other teams at the bottom, Pittsburgh. 3 games. You're telling me 3 games couldn't have flipped your way? There was,
especially this season, it would have.
Yep. At the time, the offensive line was fully healthy. We probably should have went out and made a move. And then if the offensive line would have went down like it did, and then it is what it is. Because at that point, there's no sense in throwing away your future. But at least you tried. At least you tried.
You showed your team, hey, we're not mailing in the season. We're not gonna waste your talents. We're gonna continue to try to improve. Playoffs, whether Aaron Rodgers is here or not.
Whatever happened to Saffold? Didn't we sign him?
Who knows? Nobody knows. That's like
they're like, hey, here, sign this and just go take a vacation. What the fuck?
It's almost like they did it to pacify the Jet fans. Oh, we made a move.
I'm gonna get on Indeed and try to find a job like that. Dude, we were in the midst of trying to look for offensive line help. It was like right early when guys were starting to go down. We're like, all right, we'll plug. I think it was when ABT went down, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I can't really remember.
Relatively in that time span.
And I'm like, okay, so, all right, he's a former Pro Bowler. He's a body. All right, let's get him acclimated. A couple of weeks, and let's fucking bring him in. And all of a sudden, like, you just never heard anything else about the dude. Like, he never existed. I felt like I was in a different matrix or time frame or whatever when that was being reported.
Apparently, bro, he was underweight. And so why would you even, if he's underweight and not ready,
why would you sign him?
Why would you sign him? It makes no sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were between a rock and a hard place, and they didn't know to be on the rock or the hard place side, and they were caught in the middle.
I don't understand what Joe Douglas I don't understand what he's doing this season. Like, it's really, it's baffling to me. The same guy that drafted all the, that beautiful draft class last year, this year is just like sleeping.
See, that's why I wonder if there's something fucking else going on behind the scenes, because
it's possible.
I'm just like, this kid, this is the same dude that was hammering out deals. Hammering out trades. Shocking the world, just like fleecing teams, balling ass in the draft. Like I said, I give 2020, I give the whole league pass on 20. I don't give a shit about 2020. But last couple of drafts have been all right. 2022 has been a great one. And it's just like, it's like all of a sudden it's like he just seems like a different GM this year. And I'm just like, something's going on, man.
You guys would know this more than I would. But what is the payroll on the Jets? Like, what's their cap space right now? Like, are they pinched for money, or do they have?
We have about $8 million in cap space.
Oh, I thought we
we'll have more. Yeah, we'll have more than that. This offseason, Joe Douglas has got a lot of work to do with restructuring contracts for guys.
The cap goes up this year too.
Lakin Tomlinson, restructure if you're going to keep him. Lazard, restructure. You're not worth that we're giving you.
I would almost take a dead cap hit just to fucking let him go. Dude.
Or just revert his contract to a completely incentive-based deal.
Yeah. Carl Lawson, his contract is going to come off. Zach Wilson's $12 million. That's going to come off. He's played his last. So we'll have money. It's just a matter of getting the guys, the right guys, to come in here. Get some dogs in here, man, on our O-line. I want some nasty, durable guys, some depth. Just get them on there for real. Because our two left tackle, right tackle, it needs to be addressed, whether that's draft or free agency or both.
Man, I miss the days when you could draft a Brickashaw Ferguson and a Nick Mangold in the first round. Man,
that 2009, 2010 Jets offensive line.
Dude, even when they brought in Alan Faneca from the Cardinals, bro.
Faneca, man. Oh, my
God. He was on the Steelers at the time, wasn't he?
No, it was Cardinals.
Was it the Cardinals? Okay, Steelers, then Cardinals, and then the Jets.
Yeah.
Man, I remember they brought him in. I was all excited, dude. And then then later on, you add in the Damian Woodies. See, these were the most underrated signings. See, these are the signings I'm talking about that I'm about to mention right here. That even though they kind of go under the radar, these are anchor guys. These are guys that are workhorse dog. Take your lunch pail to work, just dig their nails in the trenches. Your Brandon Moores and your Damian Woodies, man. They weren't flashy names, but when they came on board, you're like, all right. But man, when they went to work, dude. And we had one of the best, if not the league's best offensive line those 2 years.
And you know what? I would not. I don't know how you feel about this, guys, but with AVT. The both times he's gotten hurt he was playing right tackle. I would put him right back at right guard, keep him at right guard or left guard at the guard positions, and again shore up the right tackle, left tackle positions with guys who are naturally in that spot. We need AVT to be an elite guard. Let him be that. He doesn't have to. I know he has the ability to play tackle.
Yeah.
2 years in a row he's gotten hurt.
Spot on.
He might need to, and he's another year older, different plateau in his career.
And I'm getting sick of that crap where you're drafting guys and then put him in a different position. Like, no, draft a guy in a position and stick him there. Like this whole experiment is bullshit, man. See, it's like Rex Ryan. I will always go back to Rex Ryan and say it's an easy freaking game that coaches make so damn difficult, man.
Yeah,
I mean, we're gonna draft the left tackle, but we're gonna throw him at guard. Like, why?
Because all coaches and GMs, especially in the league now that we're officially in 2024, Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Every team wants to be inventive. They want to be the next team that changes football. Like you saw that with the Kansas City Chiefs a couple of years ago when Mahomes came on the scene and Andy Reid did all this stuff. They changed the name of the game. Now, I would say out of all the NFL right now, what team is really changing the game? Is it the 49ers with the way Brock Purdy's come in and all the weaponry? I don't know. Like, we won't know that for a couple years down the road. But
Joe Montana did that in the 80s, brother, so he's not really doing anything different. That's just the West Coast offense, so to speak.
But you know how the West
Coast perfection
offense,
they're doing, by the way.
Well, yeah, but like the West Coast offense, it'll be popular for a couple of years and then go away and then come back. Like it's like when Colin Kaepernick was a 49er, the whole run pass option with Jim Harbaugh. That became
That's the thing. It keeps coming back because it's a fucking formidable offense. It works as long as you got the right personnel that know how to do it.
It comes back, but it comes back in a different form. But it's still like
you're right. You're absolutely right.
They put their own little.
So it's what team is going to be doing this next? And
I feel like the Shanahan has probably done it the best since the Wall Street. To be honest with you,
especially with all the all the shifting and the moving at the line and constant motion. But it's what team or what coach is going to take that jump. And I think that's where we are in this new era of football right now. It's quarterback driven and making the magnificent Instagram worthy play of the day type situations. The hard-nosed battle in the trenches type offenses aren't as prevalent right now. They're going to have to make a comeback at some point. Who is going to make that dig in the trenches at that point? We don't know yet.
Yeah.
So
all right. So before we move on, I don't really have a lot to say. I mean,
congrats to Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall for doing what they keep doing. Like,
absolutely. So real quick, before we move on to the highlight that I put together, I want to show you this. I put together this clip while I was editing. And to be honest with you, I don't even remember if they overturned it, what the result was, but it's just the fact that blatant, just shitty officiating once again, guys. Like, I mean, it doesn't get any more blatant than this. Like, this one blew my mind. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Randy with the One Jets Pod. So I wanted to come on here real quick, display this video. It just baffles me, you know, the shit the Jets have to deal with. I still don't understand how this was not a fumble or even ruled a fumble on the field. It makes no sense to me.
Gives them a huge spark. It's 7-5.
Got the ball.
3 in a row, about to be 4 in a row.
Ball's out. Ball's out, no whistle. Look at that. Jermaine's already on top of it, no whistle. Now the whistle barely comes out. How is that not a fumble?
But the whistle had blown.
Ridiculous officiating, man. Ridiculous officiating.
They just blew the whistle. Typically, you don't blow the whistle, and so they screwed us on that because that was that would have been another touchdown for Jermaine Johnson. That was the issue. They gave us the fumble. Thanks.
Oh, okay.
The running back.
As soon as we got the ball, they blew the whistle. As soon as we got the ball.
How you got to blow a whistle with the ball's on the ground, bro? Like what?
Like
that's a live ball.
Like I think the ref blew the whistle and played dead because I think he saw the running back get pinned backwards and thought the guy probably had an injury and it's like, okay, we got to stop this play because he probably snapped a knee. It's like, yeah, the guy goes down awkwardly, but it's a live ball. We've seen plenty of times people get knocked out, fumble the ball, and whatever happens, and the play still continues.
Like I said, I'm not saying we're the only ones that have been screwed by officiating, but we've been screwed a lot.
Dude,
cute.
I mean, we can put a little highlight. I might have to do it. We put a little highlight reel together of some of the bullshit that just did not get called or got called against us. It was crap.
Cue Detroit Lion fans.
Oh no.
Cue Lions fans. They're pissed.
Yeah, when I was editing the highlight reel that we're getting ready to show. So if anybody wants to use the bathroom, got about a minute and 55 seconds to do so. But no, I saw that and I was like, I don't even remember seeing that live, to be honest with you. You know, we were doing a lot of interacting, so that's easy to miss. But when I saw that, I'm like, I kept rewinding it, and I was like, I even took out my headphones, you know, so there was no like latency issues or anything. So I got everything in real time. And sure as shit, I'm like, wow, that whistle comes out. That whistle comes out after he's already on the ball. Nobody's touching him. I mean, he has every opportunity to run for a touchdown. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, or just have a nice return, even if it's on a touchdown. Just momentum.
That was horrible. So, all right, before we head on over to the
no, Randy, there was one that was a clear fumble that they didn't give us. I think
really?
I
missed that one.
Thinking about it was the one that it was right. His butt just hit.
Oh yes, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah,
and they didn't give us the fumble, and it was a fumble, but
it was called a fumble on the field, wasn't it? And then they overturned it. Them bastards! Oh, them bastards! So, like I said, well, luckily we have StreamYard now, so it's a lot easier to do these clips. But of course, there's been a lot of games where we just haven't had this opportunity to show these highlights. So, little 2-minute clip of the best thing that we could
find
muster up against the Browns.
Well, everybody's heard about the bird.
All right.
Bro, that music is hilarious.
Thank you. I was going through all these clips and I came across that. I was like, oh, I got to play that. I mean, for a team that's been a bunch of funny business, I even, to believe it or not, the subgenre that I picked when I was going through all this was funny. So,
but you know what? Again, I said it earlier, bro. That draft last year, 4 Stone Cold studs. Jermaine Johnson, beast. Breece Hall, beast. Sauce Gardner, beast. Garrett Wilson, beast. Like, how often does that happen?
Yeah, not often.
In one draft.
Last time for us, 2000 outside of Anthony Beck?
I don't think we've ever had a draft like that, when we had 4 studs like that. This is amazing, man. But
hey, now, wait a minute. Now, I'm glad you brought that up. If I'm not mistaken, or was it the draft before? Did Revis, Brickashaw, and Mangold all come out of the same draft, or did they come out one
Revis
draft?
Revis was either the year after or the year before. He was the 14th.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the 14th pick in the draft. And I remember Brickashaw and Mangold were like 9 and 17 or something like that.
Could you imagine if that was the case?
Yeah,
Mike T be in the Hall of Fame right now. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to our weekly predictions. Again, the winner for this week, Mr. Champagne Problems himself. I mean, he is just owning things right now. Again,
I do what I do.
Yeah. We're all impressed. I'm just kidding. No, again, first place, Dominic, 162 wins to 94 losses. Brandon in second place with 158 wins, 98 losses. At least I'm glad somebody's going to join me in the 100 century mark in losses this week. I'm not feeling lonely. 140 wins, 140 wins to 115 losses. I'm right there in third place, your bronze bomber. All right. Moving on to the weekly predictions, going on to the Saturday games. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Baltimore Ravens. Pittsburgh is favored by 3.5.
What?
Well, I think they're factoring in Baltimore resting players.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. But again, this is a perfect example.
Could you imagine if it was like week 6 and that was the case?
This is why I hate week 18. It's like crapshoot like this, resting players. Vegas has their hand in the pocketbook. The script is being written. Like, we all know we should pick Baltimore on a regular given Sunday.
FYI, you fellas are going to be picking first tonight. So whoever wants to go, I'm picking last because whatever you guys go determines on what I pick. Because I'm going to try, again, continue the tanking. So just throwing that out there.
I'll go first. I'm sticking with Baltimore. Even if they put their reserves in, they have a good formulated system. If it's Tyler Huntley that comes in for Lamar Jackson, he played a lot last year. They've been using multiple running backs. They have a depth at wide receiver. Even if Lamar Jackson, they're saying he might only play just the first half of the game. But I think after Baltimore watched Miami lose Chubb on an injury down 30 in the fourth, that might scare him a little bit into holding some players back.
Yeah.
But I think the reserves of Baltimore will beat the starters of Pittsburgh. So give me Baltimore.
I'll go Pittsburgh.
Okay. Huh.
It's going to be my luck that Brandon will take the number 1 spot and end the regular season with the win based on these stupid resting matchups.
You said you picked Pittsburgh, right, Dominic?
No, I picked Baltimore.
Oh, Baltimore. That's right. Okay. I mean, they're in Baltimore. You know what? Oh, what the hell? Give me the Steelers.
I'm on Revis Island over here.
Absolutely. All right, moving on to the next Saturday game, the evening game. The Houston Texans at the Indianapolis Colts.
I
I'm so glad this game is on prime time on a Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, this is for the division. No?
Well, no, if Jacksonville has the tiebreaker for the division, so that Jacksonville wins, they're in.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
The winner of this game could win the division if Jacksonville loses to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay. This is gonna be a dogfight right here, bro.
Winner of this game is in the playoffs no matter what, even if it's a wild card spot.
In Indianapolis, the Colts are favored by 1.5 points.
I gotta lean on the rookie of the year, CJ Stroud. Houston. It's gonna be a battle. I'm really, really psyched for this game. This is gonna be a quality
This would be
future
nasty.
match.
Where are they playing at?
Indianapolis.
Whew.
Yeah.
Because it was a barn burner.
Give me the Colts.
Okay.
Ooh, you guys split again.
Well, because the Colts beat Houston back all the way, was in like week 2 or week 3 or something, like 31-20. Like, it was a close matchup, but it was the Colts quarterback, Anthony Richardson, that made the difference. So
it was. You're right.
It was. But, I'm taking, Randy, your boy CJ Stroud. Ball out. He and Nico Collins.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Texans, too. CJ, man, come on. Dude, if I was playing Madden, he'd be on the Jets, bro. Aaron Rodgers be his backup. All right. So Dominic and myself with the Texans, Brandon with the Colts. All right, moving on to the Sunday slate. First game on the docket, the Cleveland Browns at the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati is favored by 4.5. My Cincinnati Bengals, that is.
Are they eliminated officially from playoff contention? Or do they have one of those wacky, everybody, like the world needs to implode?
Probably. I'm not even 100% sure.
No, they are. They are eliminated.
They are eliminated? Okay.
Yeah. So Cincinnati's got nothing to lose, and the Browns don't have anything to lose.
Yeah, they've already made the playoffs.
Other than seeding purposes, I guess, no?
Well, the only thing about seeding purposes for Cleveland would be, because I know this is foreshadowing a little bit, but the Buffalo-Miami game, winner wins the division all of a sudden. So if, let's say Buffalo beats Miami and Miami finishes 11-6, if Cleveland loses and they're 11-6 as well, does Cleveland drop to the 6th seed and Miami goes to 5? Like, if there's a scenario where Cleveland drops one, they probably still want to.
Yeah, so Cleveland kind of needs this game too to ensure that they're in the playoffs, but seeding may matter.
Because I think they would probably.
Right now, it may look like if they play, let's see,
they play Jacksonville as of right now.
Yeah, they still wouldn't be home.
No, they're either going to Jacksonville or Kansas City.
Isn't that weird, man? It's like the Jags are 9-7 in the fourth in the fourth spot. That's
why Saul always says winning your division is so important. It's the easiest. It's the easiest path to the playoffs. It really. Yeah. When he said that, he wasn't bullshitting. Like, it really is.
Down to 11-5 that are fifth
would win most divisions.
Like, Hughes. What's crazy is Indy, Houston, Pittsburgh could finish 10-7. Jacksonville could finish 9-8, and something wacky can happen like that where it is what it is. But I think there's still something on the line for Cleveland. And Joe Flacco hasn't been playing all year, so he's still going to use this as a ramp-up. I could see them playing 3 quarters and then chilling if they have a lead. So give me Cleveland in this case scenario.
Okay. Yeah, give me Cleveland as well.
Ooh, all right. Finally get to pick against both of you. All right, give me the Bengals.
He's going with the jungle.
I'm telling you, my Bengals, man, they're not going to let me down this time. All right, moving on. We have the Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions, little NFC North action. The Detroit Lions are actually favored by 3.5 in this one. I don't know why I said actually. I mean, stupid choice of words. In Detroit, favored by 3.5. feel like the Lions might be looking to get right after that loss to Dallas, before they
That's
start
what
walking into the playoffs.
If Detroit wins and they have the morning slot, Dallas has the afternoon slot. So Detroit's going to hope the Commanders can go upset the Cowboys and get back to the number 2 seed in that sense. Minnesota needs
in that game, by the way.
What was that?
Lions got screwed by officiating in that game.
Oh, for sure. No doubt about it.
Yep.
Minnesota needs the earth to implode in order to win and make it. So I think
7-9.
Yeah, they need to win, and then everybody above them has to lose, which is going to be tough. I think Detroit's going to do all they can to get that 2nd seed back. So Detroit, a get right week for sure.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure if Detroit needs this game. Do they need this game?
I mean, outside of any kind of seeding purposes, I mean, they're the NFC North champions.
They clinch the division in the playoffs. So I'm not.
The only, they're playing first, so they'd be waiting to see if Dallas loses if they win.
Yeah.
So either way, they're going to play either the Rams or whoever finishes in the 7th seed. So
for a home game.
For a home game, yeah, they have a home game no matter what.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean they have a home game no matter what?
Because they won the division.
Won the division. They'll be in the top 4 seeds, which are the home teams.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking about. Yeah, I guess give me the Lions. Watch Minnesota win.
Oh, that's why I'm picking the Vikings, baby. All right, moving on. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Tennessee Titans. Now, I wouldn't count the Titans out of this one. They'll be looking to knock Jacksonville. Yeah, spoil their little division hope, especially with the Colts in Houston playing. So,
yeah,
this ought to be a fun one.
Well, this matchup, everybody's going to watch Saturday night. So this game, when this kicks off, everybody knows what the implications are.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, I think that's still up in the air if he's going or not at this point with the shoulder injury. But oddly enough, Jacksonville played better with C.J. Beathard than they had been with Trevor Lawrence the last couple of weeks.
Right.
So, this is a potentially Derrick Henry swan song in Tennessee.
Before he heads on over to Houston next year.
That's my pick. or Barkley. But yeah. I got Jacksonville. They know what's on the line. Doug Peterson's going to have them going in the right direction.
Yeah, give me Jacksonville too.
All right, give me the Titans, baby. Moving on, we got the New York Jets jokes at the New England Rats, and the Rats are favored by 2.5. You bastards better not make me pick the freaking Patriots, man.
I'm on the fence. It's like New England is.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Hey, it's a get right week for the Jets. Let's go. Woo!
Like, Patriots have battled the last 4, 5. Well, I'm looking at the Patriots schedule. Like, they lose by 6, win by 3, lose to the Chiefs by 10, beat Pittsburgh, lost by a possession of the Chargers, lost by a possession of the Giants, lost by a possession of the Colts, barely lost. Like, they barely lose games. It's weird.
It's going to be a defensive battle.
Like, the only game they got their ass clapped was a 38-3 loss to the Cowboys and 34-0 to the Saints. Everything else is, like, within one possession. It's weird.
Dude, this game's going to end 0-0.
Yeah, the Jets have to prove to me that they can beat the Patriots. And this is in Foxborough. Possibly Belichick's last game. Possibly.
Yeah.
Give me the Patriots.
Based on trajectory, Pats.
Woo! I get to pick the Jets, baby! I'm a true fan.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's like what,
Dude, if I wasn't bullshit, you don't think I'd pick the Patriots right now?
Yeah. If you were not in the butthole of third place, you.
Oh, you jackass!
Hey, but it's bronze and it's beautiful.
It really is. Moving on, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the New Orleans Saints. Little NFC South action. New Orleans is favored by 3.5 in this one.
Boys, please tell me you know what direction I will be going in with this pick.
You're picking your Falcons, I'm sure.
Your Falcons, of course.
When did they ever let you down?
Your Dirty Birds.
The day I will pick the Dirty Birds, Randy will know. The day I pick the Dirty Birds again is the day the Angels make the playoffs. So go Saints!
Well, I guess you're not picking the Falcons anytime this decade.
I'll take
Hey, whoa, hey, Yankees, easy.
Hey.
Just because you got Juan Soto, we could have had him. Probably not. I wish I could believe that.
But in all honesty, Derek Carr, they want to get to the playoffs. They're going to be chomping at the bit. They lost to Atlanta once. They got to get back in the win column. They're at home. New Orleans.
They are such an up and down team. Both of them are.
They really are. You're not even lying.
And it's crazy to say that Carr.
I wish the Jets could be an up and down team. That'd have been fun.
We're just down. We're
just down, bro. As soon as it kicked off in week 1, pow.
Hey, you beat the Eagles first.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I'll say they'll split with the Falcons since they're in the same division. Yeah, I guess the Saints.
All right, I'll take Dom's Falcons. Dom, you traitor.
Damn right.
I swear, no freaking loyalty these days. Moving on. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Carolina Panthers as we stay in the NFC South. Tampa Bay is favored by 5.5.
Who would have thought going into the season? But Baker is going to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
Give me Tampa in this one. They're a win and in situation.
Yeah,
they can kill two birds with one stone. No pun intended. They can knock out the Falcons and the Saints at the same time by beating their own divisional rival in Carolina. So technically, it's 3 birds with one stone. So
3.
Props to Baker's, man. Props to Baker.
You know, hey, is that a comeback player of the year, Baker Mayfield? Even though he didn't come back from anything, he just proved the pundits wrong.
Came back from oblivion.
Stop sucking.
Or Oblivia, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, give me the Bucks. Give me the Bucks too in this one.
Ooh, you guys are forcing me to take the Panthers.
You're
just asking to take that L, aren't you?
Bryce Young, baby.
Moving on, we got the Chicago Bears. See, that's what I love about this Week 18. That's a bunch of rivalry games, even though a lot of guys will probably be sitting. But anyway, little NFC North action. The Chicago Bears at the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are favored by 2.5.
Give me those Bears, man.
The Bears.
I'm believing. I
want to believe in the Bears, and their defense has been very good. They have something to work on.
Played well last week.
Honestly, at this point, he's played well enough where if the Bears get rid of him, they might be stupid.
Well, apparently, he's going to be our backup next year. That's what they're saying.
I'm going to go with...
You want to...
The Packers are a win and in situation in the wild card slot because they own the tiebreaker over Seattle and New Orleans. Green Bay at Lambeau.
So we're looking at Tampa Bay and Green Bay being the final 2 spots in the NFC. Okay.
Chicago, I forget when the last time they beat Packers at Lambeau.
Like
and
1940?
you know deep down in Aaron Rodgers' heart, he wants Green Bay to win this game.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers hates the Bears, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So Green Bay's rolling. Both teams rolling. This could be a sneaky, high-scoring, good matchup game. With it on the line, Matt LaFleur and the Packers will get it done, showing some love in their hearts over the Bears.
I love when you guys get split, though, man, because this is going to make things interesting.
because this would clear up the Tampa and the Green Bay game. Those two teams win. NFC playoffs are set. It's all about seeding at that point.
Yeah.
You know what? What the hell? Give me the Bears.
All right.
Why not?
Hey,
All right, moving on. A little AFC West action. We got the Denver Broncos at the Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas is favored by 2.5.
Man,
the Broncos are in turmoil. I don't know how that game against the Chargers, I watched it for about 5-10 minutes. It was garbage.
Now, do you guys think Russell Wilson ends up in Atlanta?
That's the word.
I mean, it seems like a good fit. If not, maybe Tennessee.
No, Tennessee.
I've heard Atlanta.
It's either going to be looking at the entire league right now, Atlanta, or if I had to make a shot in the dark, it probably won't happen because of a contract situation. Las Vegas. They unload Jimmy Garoppolo's 3-year contract and take Russell Wilson's money. An interdivision trade.
What about Carolina?
No.
They
need to do right by their first round draft pick and get some weapons.
Yeah.
You got to try it. Like Chicago, I would have said maybe if Justin Fields was like clearly out, but he's played himself well enough to be there. Yeah. The Giants still have Danny Dimes. So maybe the Commanders, they have a new owner with new money. Yeah. They could be in the search of a new coach. Ron Rivera might be out. And Terry McLaurin was pretty much saying, I want a quarterback that knows how to throw like other teams in the league. I want to be a part of a core that has good wide receivers. So I would say Atlanta, Washington, or a sleeper pick would be the Raiders. But I doubt an interdivision trade happens, but sleeper pick. Either way,
it's a tough one, man.
I'm going to go Raiders. Their defense is holding up better than the Broncos, and Stidham didn't do anything to impress me against the lonely Chargers. So Raiders can take advantage of that. They beat Mahomes on Christmas Day. They could beat Stidham in 24.
Yeah, I'm going Raiders too.
Yeah.
All right. Give me the Broncos. All right, moving on. We have a little NFC East action. We got the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Giants. Philadelphia is favored by 6.5. Hey, what happened to Philly? They're no longer any 13, 20.5 favorite points. I mean, they've come down over the last month.
They'll get right against the Giants.
Yeah, they have to. They're going to be playing on this in the same time slot as the Cowboys, so they're not going to be scoreboard watching.
Could you imagine if they lose this game, bro?
Oh my gosh.
No.
They'll be limping to the playoffs.
Again, if it's on the division's on the line, if they win and the Cowboys lose, they win the division. Vice versa, Cowboys win. Or no matter what, if Cowboys win, Cowboys are the division winners. So because they're not scoreboard watching, I have them winning and beating the Giants. There should be no reason why, but the Giants, they were one kick away from knocking the Rams down a peg. So the Giants can be a surprise. Take a page out of the Arizona Cardinals book and surprise them, but I'm going Eagles.
All right. Yeah, I got a feeling that Brandon's going to pick the Eagles in this one, so give me the Giants.
NYG, New York Giants.
Yeah.
But
is
this Saquon Barkley's last game as a Giant?
I think so.
Does he return to the New York Giants? I don't think so.
No, I think there's enough running back needy teams out there where Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley are going to get the bag, dude. I really think so.
There's a lot of teams that would hit the request line to get either one of those teams or players.
I'm taking you got the Eagles in this one, Brandon?
Yes, sir.
All righty. So moving on next, back to the NFC West. Well, wait, let's just say back. I don't think we've been there yet. No. Going to the NFC West, we have the Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. Seattle's favored by 3.5. Both of these teams, which are beloved well by Dom.
Yeah, Arizona.
Oh,
all right.
I turned everybody's head last week, didn't I?
They playing well, man. They're just. I mean, and the coach came out today and said that Kyler Murray is absolutely going to be their QB1 next season.
So there's confidence.
Yeah, so the team is fired up. They're like, all right, and they're going to be scared if they end up with MHJ, which is what they're saying, which is what they're projecting at right now. They might be a scary good team next season, but yeah, give me the Cards.
They're going to need receivers too, because it's a good chance Hollywood Brown's probably on his way out.
Yep.
Yeah. Seattle beat Arizona 20-10 back in October, and Arizona that day had Josh Dobbs at quarterback. So different quarterback, different time. It's Pete Carroll in a must-win game. And I know a lot of things have to go right for Seattle to, they need Green Bay to lose in the morning and, so on and so forth. I hate it, but give me the Seahawks.
Oh.
Yeah. Tastes nasty.
All right, who do I pick? Let's go with. Oh, what the hell? Give me the frickin' Cardinals. All right, moving on to the AFC West. We have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Bolts. The Bolts are favored by 1.5. Good Lord. Boy, are the Chiefs falling off. Even the refs can't save them right now.
Are the Chargers favored for real?
No, yeah. 1.5. They're at home too.
That's terrible.
That'll probably change as the week goes on.
And the Chiefs, if the Chiefs win, and either way, the Chiefs are stuck in the 3 seed, because if Miami wins and they win, Miami still has a game better than them. If Buffalo takes over Miami and the Chiefs win, Buffalo owns the tiebreaker. So the Chiefs are stuck in the 3 hole no matter what. They're going to play the 6 seed. So, sorry, the Chargers charger. I'm sorry. Give me the Chiefs. Sorry. The Chargers just know how to, the Steelers find a way to win. The Chargers know how to play the fool.
And Brad, you said you picked the Chiefs?
I'm going Chiefs too, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, man, you got to go force and pick well, it's not Herbert playing. I really can't stand that guy. So, yeah, give me the Chargers. What the hell? Oh, man. I'll tell you, I'm going undefeated this week. You watch.
I believe
it's
it.
Week 18. Hey, it's Week 18. I hold nothing against it, man.
All right, moving on. Back to the NFC West. Now we're officially going back to the NFC West. We have the Los Angeles Rams at Dominic's Champagne Problems 49ers. San Francisco's favored by 3.5. That's it?
Well,
are you guys sitting, people?
Well, we are the number 1 seed. Thank you, Arizona. Good job, Randy. Thank you. As a fair warning to everybody out there, Christian McCaffrey is out with a very mild calf strain. They said it's nothing to worry about. Why are you going to play him in Week 18 against a very rough Rams team, an interdivision rival, when you want to rest him for the playoffs? So CMC will not be playing in Week 18.
Oh, man, I need him. I got fantasy playoffs going on, brother.
My guess, with both teams locked in the playoffs and locked in their spots, there's no way the Rams can go up to the 5 seed the 5 seed. And the only way the Rams will drop, if the Packers win and the Rams lose, they both would be 9-8, and the Packers beat the Rams, they would have the tiebreaker. So the Rams do have something to play for a little bit, pending what happens in the Packers game. I have a feeling the Niners are going to sit some players out or only play the first half and go with that scenario. But the Packers do play at the same time slot, 1:25. So there will be no scoreboard watching. As always, I'm going to stay faithful to the Bay. I'm going to pick my 49ers. I would not be shocked if the Rams find a way to win. just because of people sitting out and the Niners having the bye and the ticky-tack injuries and situations like that. But Elijah Mitchell looked really good as the backup running back last week against the Commanders. He'll have RB1 duties. You're probably going to get a second half full of Sam Darnold. Again, Niners have the number 1 seed. Most teams with the number 1 seed.
I know that guy.
Yeah, Sammy D, seeing ghosts.
Sammy D.
But I'm going to stay faithful. Give me the Niners. It's still a divisional matchup. Hopefully build up a lead in the first half and let the defense do its work. But I know the Rams have something to play for, too.
Give me the Rams.
Ooh.
Only because they have something to play for.
Yeah, it's a fair assessment. If this was a normal week,
I'd be picking the Niners.
Yeah, but the Rams are
Niners may not care about this game as much as the Rams.
No. Now, if this kept the Rams from getting in the playoffs, I think the Niners starters would play at least a little while. But they don't have that kind of rivalry like if it was the Eagles Cowboys or Jets something like that would prevent something from happening. I don't think it's like that. But in any given Sunday, this Rams team currently is stronger than the Rams team the Niners saw back in week 2. Cooper Kupp's back. Kyron Williams is there. Like, the team's more potent. And they could be very well on a crash course to face Jared Goff in the first round. So,
who's the backup quarterback for the Niners?
Sammy Darnold.
Oh, that's right, Sammy D. Why do I forget things so quickly?
Samuel Darnold.
Stupid sometimes.
Samuel L. Darnold.
Samuel L. Darnold from USC, huh? Well,
you want to pick the Rams.
I do, but you know what?
You do.
I'm gonna go ahead and take me a glass of Sammy D and go for the Niners.
Ooh.
Sammy D.
Take a shot of Sammy D.
Take a shot of Sammy D. Let's go. Take of the day, baby. But
all right.
Well, hey, I can't wait for the playoffs to begin. Number 1 seed, we get to observe and report. And
Here we go.
Hey, I told you. What did I tell you, gentlemen, at the beginning of the year? Before Rodgers went down, Jets Niners Super Bowl. I would have been all for that. We would have had a hell of a time, baby. We would have. That would have been.
It would have been uncontrollable on this show. Hey, Jets would have made the playoffs. I'd have been nuts. I mean, we're talking 13 years here, or at least going 12 years going into the damn season.
Yeah. Oof.
All right. So moving on, we're going back to the NFC East. We got the Dallas. How about them Cowboys at them Washington Commanders? Sonia's Washington Commanders, who she has no faith in.
The Cowboys have been in this situation before. Final week of the year, going to the Commanders and lose and drop a seed and do all that. I haven't. I don't know what you have in favor, but I'm here on ESPN's app. They're favored by 13. I don't know if that's what you have. Okay, 13.
Yes, sir.
In theory,
who's favored by 13?
Dallas is favored by 13.
Dallas, yeah.
Yeah. On any given Sunday, it's definitely the Cowboys. And they throttle them on Thanksgiving, no doubt.
Now, with the division on the line, Dallas will be starting their starters.
With the division on the line, they're going to start their starters when they go into halftime. They're going to have somebody on the sideline scoreboard watching. You know that.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, you're right. By halftime, they should know what the deal is.
But I could see the Eagles game going down to the wire, which might prevent the Cowboys up to a certain point. If they start blowing out the Commanders, regardless of what's happening in the Eagles game, you control your own fate. The Eagles are the one that are kind of looking at you.
Right.
So give me the Cowboys. Again, I'm voting for Seattle and Dallas in the same week. That's disgusting. But give me Dallas.
Yep, give me them boys.
Ooh, I get to pick Brandon's Washington Commanders. Heck yeah.
They're all yours.
Man, I'm telling you, oh, dude, this
they're all yours. Undefeated.
I know. Hey, it took 18 weeks, but here we are. And you know what? Whatever.
Here we are.
I got to make history sometime, you know what I'm saying?
It happens.
All right, final game of the 2023 regular season. The Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins. A little AFC East action. Buffalo's favored by 3.5 in this one.
And I think they win.
Screw both of them. I hope it ends in a tie.
I hope it's a tie too.
Give me Bills Mafia. Give me the Bills. Bills on the road, winning the division in South Beach, where Miami had the lock on it all season long. Like that. This part of it is something out of a movie. Buffalo, we thought 5 weeks ago, was dead in the water.
Yeah.
And Josh Allen is single-handedly. And if you really look at the numbers, they've gone on this win streak and winning ways really without Stephon Diggs. He has been in an abyss the last 4 weeks. Like, he hasn't had a 100-yard game in like 10 games. He's been out of the end zone. It's weird how they're winning in spite of Stephon Diggs in a weird way. And they're relying more on their run game and Josh Allen. And their defense is finally stepping up. Tyreek Hill's going to be a problem, per usual. But without Jalen Waddle, their defense is taking a hit with a couple injuries. I see Buffalo getting a Tua. And Buffalo's going to shock Miami and take the division, take the 2 seed, and they're going to play the 7 seed in Orchard Park. How about them apples?
Yeah, give me the Bills.
Man, I can't believe
my brother will be very happy.
I swear you hate me. I swear you hate me. You're going to make me pick the damn Dolphins.
But here you are.
Give me them 2-11 suckers, the Dolphins.
But with that being the case, Dolphins lose, they would go to the 6th seed if Cleveland went that you could have Dolphins Chiefs in the first round potentially. And I would still say Dolphins over Chiefs at that game. Man, if the Swifties could get knocked out in the first round, this might be an okay playoffs.
All right, real quick. Scores for this game. Points, I mean. I'll say...
Go for it, Randy. You go first.
Give me 41.
You said 41. Buffalo's been averaging in the mid-20 points per game. Miami's defense taking a hit. I'm going to say, if I know how to do math, give me 50. 27-23 Buffalo.
Give me 48.
All right. So that really concludes it for our final weekly prediction of the season. But the fun ain't over, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for some more exciting competition. The One Jets Pod weekly prediction series may have come to an end, but the excitement doesn't stop there. Introducing Dominic's Playoff Challenge, where the competition is fiercer and the predictions even more intense. Join our beloved hosts as they embark on a bracket-style journey through the postseason. Will their expertise and knowledge prevail, or will the unpredictable nature of the playoffs throw them off course? Dominic's Playoff Challenge is coming soon. Who will emerge victorious? Tune in starting January 13th to find out.
You bougie bastard.
Who's that Jimmy Garoppolo look like with that thin line?
Man, I'm looking forward to that. Dominic's going to be hosting the whole playoff thing. That's his baby right there. We put him in charge of it, man. He did it for his Catella Chronicles and baseball season. We had a lot of fun doing it, so I'm looking forward to doing that with you this one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll get the bracket rolling once Sunday night and the Dolphins-Bills game finishes up. We'll get the official bracket from the NFL or ESPN or whichever one looks prettier.
Yep.
And we'll dole it out. We'll see who wants to take part in it. And, this is where the NFL is a little weirder than most sports is, that first round happens and lowest seed goes and plays the number 1 seed and switcherooing in that scenario. So that'll kind of be an interesting way to look at the first round differently. But we're rip raring and ready to go, man. Playoffs are here, almost here, and I know I joke about it all the time, and it comes off bad. And I know the Jets will not be participating. I feel for you guys. I know how tough it is.
Do you?
Yeah.
No, he does. He does. He went through it. He went through about 12 years, I think.
I went through it in the early, when I was in elementary school. That was the rough years.
The Niners were not good back then.
Boy, oh boy. I was born just after, the year the 1995 championship. It happened like a couple weeks before I was born. So in my life, I have never seen a 49er championship. Wow. So I'm hoping this is the year with the pieces that we have.
Well, at least you got to watch them in a Super Bowl, though.
Yeah, true.
Lucky.
Beyonce,
what was that like?
Beyonce knocked the lights out of the place in New Orleans. But I'm looking forward to the playoffs, not just for the Niners, but to enjoy it with you guys. And again, looking forward to having you guys on the 49er bandwagon, whatever bandwagon you choose. But I hope it's the 49ers. Come on down.
Oh, no, you know me. I got to back up Purdy. MV Purdy, baby.
Let's go, baby. But we'll look forward to it and can't wait for it.
All right, folks. Hey, thanks again for checking us out here on the One Jets Pod. Real quick, best of luck to you guys this week, man, as you guys finished off this weekly predictions. Like I said, it's anyone's ball game. I mean, Brandon can snatch.
Let the best brother win, man.
I mean, it's going to happen, bro. I mean, this is it. I'm going to come up with I'm going to have 2 graphics ready for both of you. So whoever wins, I mean, it's going up ASAP, baby. It's going to be dope. It's going to be the coolest thing you've seen all season, man.
Well, either way, we'll find
I'm talking skinny slacks. I'm talking maybe some skinny shorts, maybe some knee-high socks, a polo with some sweater type.
Based on the pick'ems, we'll probably know in the afternoon because since we both picked the Bills, that wipes out. So we'll know a little earlier than the games predict.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. So once again, thanks again for checking us out here on the One Jets Pod. Again, if you're listening to us on the audio side of things, thanks for listening to us all the way at the end. Make sure to follow us and give us a 5-star. If you're checking us out on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe and smash that bell notification so you're notified every time we drop some content. Again, thank you for your support, and we'll see you down the road. Go Jets.
Go Niners.
Welcome to Jet Life Stadium. Hit it!